Hello and welcome to The Spirit Safe. My name's Rob. Thank you very much indeed for joining me. One of the things I love doing on The Spirit Safe is reviewing whiskies from very unusual countries. The countries where nobody else has thought to buy or review a whiskey from. And one of those is Latvia. This is the LB Latvian Rye Whisky. Quite a classic packaging design here. It's got the white and gold labelling. It looks like it could be a vodka from Aldi or Lidl or something. This was distilled in 1993. And as for the bottling date, there are two codes on here. One which could indicate a 2000 bottling and one that could indicate 2005 bottling. So I'm not sure what it is, whether it's 7-year or 12. Bottled at 40% ABV, and LB, the brand of this, is Latvia's Balsams. And Balsams is it's a black herbal liqueur that you can buy in Latvia, and I've been to Latvia and I've had it. Something of an acquired taste, it must be said, that Balsams. It's just very, very intensely herbal, and tourists buy it and do a shot of it for bravado's sake. So I bought this at auction in the UK quite a long time, 2019 I think, and I paid 40 GBP for this bottle. So, fairly expensive. I don't know how much it goes for in Latvia. Or indeed whether it's still regularly produced, because it's saying it's distilled in 1993, and that's right on the front of the label here. So that's sort of indicating that it was maybe a special project of LB. I'd love to know whether it's still produced. Screw cap, no expense spared on the packaging, but I don't think it's meant to be an expensive or luxurious item. It is made with Latvian rye. Latvia does produce a lot of rye and other cereals. So I was excited to pick this up. I brought it in my suitcase from the UK, and it shipped to from the auction house to a relative in the UK, and I brought it back over the summer. So let's see what we have. So my notes do say fumes to begin with, and that has largely abated now, but just as I opened it, it was young grain alcohol, so it did have a young alcohol note. Young grain spirit, acetone, and one thing that is still there, I don't find it unpleasant, but it is distinctive, is it has a kind of permanent marker smell to it, like a Sharpie pen, and that is, I don't think it's unpleasant at all. A little bit of fennel there as well, but there's some confectionery, banana, very sweet custard, green banana, vanilla ice cream. Peppercorns, salted caramel, toffee, a little bit of oak, fresh mint, herbal, maybe slightly bitter herbal. A lot of spice, fennel seeds, lavender, sugared almonds, and ground cinnamon. Palate sweet and spicy, intense cinnamon, coffee, a slight beer note, like a British ale type note to it. A little bit of hops there as well. Rye spice, quite a bit of sweetness, gingerbread, banana, butter, mixed fruits, candied ginger, sweet spice, apples and cream coffee. Yeah, a little bothersome oak note, which is, yeah, that sharpie again. With water, oak, cocoa, espresso, pear drops, which are kind of candy that smells a bit of acetone, leather, some more interesting greenish herbal notes start to come out. The sort of complexity of the rye, the cereal element of the rye starts to come through. With water, much more honey going on, much sweeter, and at times it can feel sugary sweet, like somebody's dumped some sugar right into it. Wintergreen, spearmint, rye spice, sweet herbal notes. There's also a slightly pleasant sourness to it, and lots of Werther's Original caramel candies. The finish, not a long finish on this particular whiskey. It's a low ABV, but there's some bitter coffee, ginger, verdant notes, vanilla, lingering cinnamon, Thai red chili, and chai. So this for 40 GBP, and obviously having to take up space in a suitcase, it's not one that I would buy again, but it is a perfectly competent rye whiskey. I have compared it side by side to Northern Harvest rye, and it is not a fair comparison, but this is not as good as the Northern Harvest rye, which I can buy for 33 Canadian dollars at any liquor store round the corner. So for me, in the market I'm in, which is Western Canada, I can do better than this for a lower price. But if you are in the region, if you're in the Baltic region, you should know that you can buy a local rye whiskey that is perfectly drinkable for probably, I don't know what this sells for in Latvia, my guess is not a lot based on the packaging. So if you're in Latvia, you can have a Latvian rye product made with local cereals and know that it's perfectly good and perfectly drinkable. It has some good qualities. It's just where I am living, I can do better for a lower price, easier. So again, perfectly fine. I don't think I would pick this up again myself, but I'm very glad that I got to try it. I'd be interested to hear from anybody who's tried this particular expression themselves. Perhaps there are rye whiskey fanatics out there who have much more experience with rye whiskey, who can tell you where this actually sits in terms of quality. But I think it comes in quite a bit below some other affordable things I can get here. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the review. Look forward to seeing you again soon. And until then, cheers.